By now, we have explored each of our three most common parts. But what does it look like when they all come together toward one common goal? Is that too complicated to even imagine? Let's try it out and see. I'm Dana Hicks, a licensed clinical mental health counselor, and I have 5 steps toward the captivating tapestry of all our parts. Step 1 is define and characterize the knee-jerk reaction. So this is something that you do in the moment that feels good in the moment, but backfires later. So if this action had a color, shape, texture, temperature, location within your body, what would those be? So once you have those answers, draw them out in a complete picture. So an example of this whole thing would be, okay, so I tend to yell at people when I'm annoyed. That's the action, that's the knee-jerk reaction. And then it would be a light green color with a lightning bolt shape. It'd be hot to the touch, and it would exist along my sternum long ways. Step 2 is define the motive. So once you have a picture of this action outside of you, you can look at it and talk to it. And perhaps just for the sake of this exercise, assume that it is working for your good. And with that assumption, ask it, what specific motive do you have in showing up right here, right now in this situation for me? And so for the example of yelling when I'm annoyed, perhaps that action would say, well, I'm just trying to help you have a choice in the matter, and I'm trying to help you create distance between yourself and whatever is stressing you out so that you can conserve your energy. Step 3 is offer sincere gratitude and complete rejuvenation to the action. So, once the action communicates exactly what it's trying to do for you, let it know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you understand, you see what it's trying to do for you. And you see how long and hard it is trying to do that specific thing for you. And how much you appreciate the motive. Also, let it know that you see just how tired it must be because it's working so hard for you. So offer it a vacation. Ask it if it could go anywhere in the world to rejuvenate. Where would that be? And let it answer. So for example, with my green lightning bolt of a yelling action, I would say, oh, I do see that makes sense. You are doing this so that I can have choice. And you're doing this so that I can have a break from whatever is stressing me out. I see that. You're defending me, aren't you? Thank you so much for helping me have choice in the situation and for conserving my energy. Wow. And I also see how hard you are working for that, and so passionately too. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. But you have got to be exhausted. Oh my goodness, you need a lot of rest. If you could go anywhere in the world for a vacation, where would that be? And after it tells me exactly where it wants to go, I would ask it, what would you see there? What would you hear there? What would you smell there? What would you taste there? Tell me about all the senses that you experience right there. and just let it talk to you. Let it experience those senses over and over and over again until it's completely relaxed. Step 4 is explore and validate underlying emotions. So once this action is over here in its vacation spot, all placated and calm, then we are able to return to the original motive and explore any underlying emotions that were there perhaps all along. And ask that emotion what it needs. So the example might be, okay, so my yelling, the action's over here, placated, right? But I return to the motive of needing time and space to myself and choice, right? So once I return to that motive, I might notice a little bit of anger lingering around there. So then I get to ask the anger, what is needed here? And the anger might say something similar to the motive, such as, I need time and space to myself to think clearly without anyone else's input. And I need the freedom to choose for myself. Step 5 is parent self words of wisdom. So 2 questions are, what words would your inner nurturing parent self have toward your specific concerns or needs? And how could those needs be adequately addressed in a functional way within the here and now? So an example would be concerning my need for time and space to myself and choice. So with the example of my need for time and space to myself and choice, my parent self might say, yes, your need for choice in this matter and time to yourself to process is valid, and you are so worthy of both of them. So let's work together to figure out how we can make both of those things happen, but in a respectful way toward both you and others in the situation. So, how about an I statement stating how you feel about the situation, how it went down, and what you would like to see in the future that's different. So that might sound like, I feel angry when a lot of requests are made of me at one time without giving me choice in which one I'm going to do or not do or what order. In the future, I would like you to make one request, allowing me time and space to think about that and respond before you make another request. To wrap up, combining all 3 parts together can be overwhelming at first, but hopefully the steps in this video have helped you picture just how well they can meld together, each contributing their own detail toward a valid, supported, and functional whole. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below with no strings attached.